I want to welcome you all to the Lifestyle Changers Financial Freedom presentation. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Angela Williams. I have a bachelor's degree in finance. I have a master's degree, both business and accounting. I spent over 13 years in the corporate America, basically climbing the ladder as a senior financial analyst. And then in 2008, I was laid off. And after not being able to be employed for 4 consecutive years, I had to jump out on faith, and basically I needed to create my own job. So I decided to be an entrepreneur, and I opened up my own business, Glamour and Gifts, and I have basically been a successful business owner for the past 10 years. Now, I was introduced to this opportunity that I'm about to present to you over a year and a half ago. I am a financial coach, and as a financial coach, we basically get paid to teach people how to get out of debt and invest. And just by applying the strategies, some of them that you're going to learn tonight, I was able to cash flow well over actually $97,000 as of right now. I'm 100% debt free. I've also been able to grow my investment accounts to well over $291,000 as of right now, and also been able to increase my credit score to a 758. So I'm really, really excited to share more information with you tonight. Now, what I want to talk about is the power of business ownership. I want you to look at this chart. White-owned businesses create about 55.9 million jobs. So they're able to employ about 44% of the white population. Now compare that to Asian-owned businesses that are able to employ about 33% of the population. Hispanic-owned businesses are able to create about 2.5 million jobs every year. They're able to employ about 8% of the Hispanic population, and African Americans create about 1 million jobs. And so we're only able to employ about 4% of the Black population. But I want you all to think about it. It's over 130 million people who can work a job. So regardless of race, it's still a need for people to have businesses, because the more businesses, the more job opportunities that are available. But before we can even talk about anyone opening up a business, the first thing we need to do is we need to talk about how to get our financial house in order. So by the end of this presentation, you're going to know how to increase your cash flow, how to eliminate debt, how to build your emergency fund, at the same time fund your retirement, and you're also going to learn how to increase your credit score. Why is financial literacy in high demand right now? Well, 77 million adults do not pay their bills on time. 56% of US adults do not have a budget. So if you don't have a budget, how do you know where your money is going? 7 out of 10 Americans do not have $1,000 in their savings account right now. There are some people that is on this webinar that don't have $600 in the bank right now. See, 67% of African Americans have no emergency savings in case they lose their job, lose their spouse, or they get sick. The average wealth in America is about $141,000, but the average wealth for Hispanics is $13,000, and the average wealth for African Americans is about $11,000. So as you can see, we are in last place, and that is because we are overspending, we are not saving, we're not investing, we're not owning homes, we're not even buying homes. So obviously there are some changes that need to be made. Student loan debt is at an all-time high. Technology is going to kill over 5 million jobs. And so if you just be paying attention to what's going on, everything is becoming automated. So now there's kiosks where you can order food. They're working on driverless cars, driverless trucks. If you go to San Francisco, there's hotels where when you go to check in, you're going to check in with a robot and not a real person. So just imagine how times is going to change. And so what's going to happen is, instead of you preparing your children to go to school, get an education, to get a job, you're going to have to prepare your children to get an education and create their own job. 68 million people credit score is below 600. So that means that if your score is under 600 or even in the 600 range, you're still paying twice the interest rates than somebody that has good credit. Let's talk about Social Security. I actually went online and looked at how much benefits I am going to get once I hit retirement. Now, you know that they take Social Security out of your paycheck, every single paycheck, right? Well, guess what? I got notified from Social Security that basically told me that they're only going to be able to pay me 77% of my scheduled benefits. So they took all that money out of my paycheck. And normally I'd have been getting about $1,400, but now they're telling me they're only going to be able to pay me 77%. And they said that's by 2034. Well, guess what? By 2034, I'm not even going to be 65 years old. So by the time I turn 65, it'll probably be about 7% or 65%. But if you're on this webinar and you're in your 30s, or you might be 25, you need to be really paying attention and created a plan B, because it's quite possible that Social Security may or may not be there for you by the time you retire. Now, the average Social Security check is about $1,300. So just imagine that you turn 65, you haven't paid off your house, or you don't even have a house, you're still renting. By the time you pay your rent and utilities, $1,300 is pretty much gone. So how are you going to be able to take care of yourself and provide for yourself if you do not get serious about saving for your future? Let's talk about the investment scenario for many people. So I want you to think about your 401k, your 403b. Maybe you got a TSP because maybe you work for the government. Think about your age right now. And I want you to look at this chart. If you are 30 years old, you should have $64,000 in your investment account right now. If you are 45 years old, you should have $231,000 in your investment account right now. If you're 65 years old, you should have a minimum of $750,000 in your 401k right now. So I want you to look at this chart. I want you to find your age, and I want you to ask yourself, are you on track? And if your answer is no, that just means that whatever it is that you're doing right now and what you've been doing up to this point is not going to create a lifestyle where you're going to be able to fund your lifestyle when you no longer are able to work. See, 81% of Americans don't even know how much money they need to be saving every month to even retire on track. 50% of Americans who are already at the age of 50 have zero in their retirement savings. So by the end of this webinar, I'm going to show you that even if you are starting fresh at zero, I'm going to show you how you can get right back on track. Now, there is a reason why most people do not have any money saved for their retirement. I want you to think about you in corporate America. Maybe you're making $50,000 a year. Well, $11,000 is coming right off of your paycheck because of taxes. Taxes is one of the biggest bills that you have. And so what ends up happening is a third of your income is being taken away from taxes. Another third of your income is being taken away because you are in debt. So think about your mortgage. Think about your car note payment. Think about your student loan payments. All of those debts, those payments was calculated based on your gross, but you're forced to pay it off of your net. And see, that's the trap. Also, you got to think about inflation. The cost of everything is constantly going up, but your raises in your job is not happening enough every year to keep up with inflation. Now, another third of your income is going back out the door because big business is constantly advertising to you. We just, finished back to school. It was August, right? Now we're about to go into Labor Day. Then we're going to have Halloween. Then we're going to have Thanksgiving. We're going to have Christmas. And then the year starts all over. Guess what? There's New Year's. Everybody's ready to pop bottles. There's Valentine's Day. There's Mother's Day, Father's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July. And the cycle just keeps going. And then you all know somebody that it's their birthday. And now people celebrate their birthday for the entire month. People are having babies. People are having weddings. And there's more and more reasons why you have to go into your pocket. So what's happening is you're working 40 hours a week, but yet you don't own your paycheck. And this is why you are living paycheck to paycheck. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to give you a solution. I'm finna show you how to make more money without getting another job or without going back to school, getting into more debt in hopes of getting a better paying job. And I'm also going to show you how you can manage your money better. Welcome to the world of MyEcon. MyEcon is a 13-year-old debt-free financial literacy education company. We are based out of Atlanta, Georgia. There's over 75,000 distributors across the country. And the strategies that we have learned in MyEcon has allowed us to keep over $450 million in our pockets. Now, what MyEcon is going to give you is a business in a box. So we're going to give you an e-commerce internet business. Why? Because that's the wave of the future. You know, 224 million people shop online. So this is not one of them business opportunities where you got to spend money and on inventory, carry inventory, and try to find people to buy products off of you. Okay, so we're going to give you a website that has digital products that people can use and consume on a daily and monthly basis. So some of the products is we're going to offer identity theft protection, which is our ID Defender. We offer the Smart Money System, which is a do-it-yourself credit repair kit. We also have the Cash Flow Manager. Do you know other people in other small businesses like maybe Mary Kay or Avon or TLC? Well, guess what? Many of those business owners do not have an automated system in place to track their expenses. So they're losing thousands of dollars at the end of the year when it comes to tax time. And so we have a software that is going to track their expenses and is going to help them to be able to get all of the business deductions that they qualify for. We're also affiliates of Priceline. So if you know anybody who uses Priceline to book their travel, you can get paid for every hotel, every airfare. We also have health and wellness products and teas. We also have roadside assistance as well as credit monitoring services. One of the products that I absolutely love that is on our websites that you can offer to your family and friends is the Cashback Mall. If you know anybody right now who shop at Walmart, they shop at Best Buy, they shop at Macy's, JCPenney's, Ashley Stewart, Avenue, Home Depot, Old Navy, Foot Locker, if they go to the movies, you name it, there's over 100 different department stores in this mall. And guess what? You get paid every time you spend money, and you can earn commissions off of your clients who purchase a Cashback Mall, and they earn rebates. You can earn a percentage of the rebate. So this Cashback Mall offers up to 30% cash back. Also on your website is travel portals. So that's right. If let's say you're thinking about doing a cruise to Miami or Tampa, you want to go to Bahamas or Cuba, guess what? We have some cruise travel portals, discount portals in your website. So as you can see, this is a 4-night Caribbean cruise from Miami to Bahamas for $189. So not only can you book your own cruise at a discount, but guess what? You can offer your services to other people. You can come up with your own rates, and you can use this wholesale discount so you can make even more money from the comfort of your home. Now, what sets MyEcon apart from any other business opportunity in the marketplace right now is we're going to give you something nobody else gives, and that's personal finance education. Because it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep, okay? So in our income shifting membership, we're going to teach you budgeting. We're going to teach you how to minimize your taxes. We're going to teach you how to eliminate your debt. We're going to teach you how to build a better credit file. We're going to give you investment education, and we're going to give you retirement planning. So one of the strategies that you're going to learn is how to increase your cash flow. So this came directly off of the IRS website. And basically what the IRS was saying is that over 100 million people get tax refunds. And what you need to know is that a tax refund is not free money. It's actually your money from you not adjusting your W-4 correctly and having them take out too much money out your paycheck. Now, the IRS believes the reason why you're doing this is because you don't have the ability to save your money. So you want the Uncle Sam to take more of your money out your paycheck, so at the end of the year, you will have a savings. Now, here's what we know. Most people who get a federal refund check in about 90 days, that money is spent. So they're not using it for savings. But here's what Uncle Sam said you should do with that extra money. You should consider taking that money and put it into your savings account, or use that money to pay off debt. The problem is, why are you not doing it? So if you look at the top of the W-4, it clearly tells you that you should consider completing a new form W-4 each year, and when your personal or financial situation changes. So personal situation is you have a child, you get married, you get divorced. Financial situation, maybe you buy a home or you start a home-based business. So let's talk about strategy number one. Again, I want to show you how to increase your cash flow. Why? Because 80% of Americans overpay their taxes because your W-4 form is filled out incorrectly. So once we give you the education, you are no longer going to be one of those people that claim 10 on your W-4 for 6 months and then adjust it back down to 0 at the end of the year. You're not going to be one of those people who are filing exempt because you want to keep more of your money, or you know you're getting a bonus, so you file exempt so they don't take no taxes out. Well, guess what? If you're not over the age of 65, if you're not legally blind, and if you make well over $11,000, you can't even qualify for exemption. So if you were ever audited, you're going to have to pay that money back. You are going to get fined, and you can be put in prison for up to a year. So why do something illegal and unethical when we can show you how to do it the correct way just by tying a business to your income? So we're going to show you how to legally correct your W-4. Most people, when they think of the W-4, they think that it's based on the number of dependents that you have. Well, not really. It is about allowances. And actually, there's a bottom half of the 2018 W-4 that gives you additional allowances that you qualify for, because now you will be a business owner. So just by adjusting your W-4, we can show you how to get an extra $100 to $1,200 every single month. So let's say you are, you're a mom, maybe your children are now adults, they are graduated from college, they're no longer living in your house. You cannot claim those children on your taxes. Well, guess what? The most you can claim on your W-4 is probably about 2. Maybe you're in corporate America, you're single, and you have no children. Well, again, the most you can claim on your W-4 is 2. But we're going to show you how just by tying MyEcon to your income, you're going to be able to unlock the bottom half of the W-4, and you can increase your allowances from 2 to up to 8. Let's say you're married with 2 kids, or you could be a single mom or a single dad with 2 kids. Well, the most you can claim on your W-4 is probably about 8. But we're going to show you how you can unlock the bottom half. Guess what? Then it can increase your allowances anywhere from 9, 10. The highest I've seen is actually 12. So how can we do this without you owing Uncle Sam at the end of the year? Well, we're going to teach you strategy number 2, and that's how to minimize your taxes. And I just want you to think for a minute. How many of you on this webinar pay a cell phone bill? I know I pay about $120 a month. How many of you have internet access in your home that you're paying for? How many of you have a car note or you leasing a car? And if your car is paid for, how many of you are actually driving it? How many of you travel? You go on vacation. How many of you have children that are over the age of 6? Well, see, many of these monthly living expenses that you incur every month can now be converted into business write-offs, because there's 475 different tax deductions for a home-based business. So guess what? You can write off a percentage of your cell phone, your internet access. You can write off a percentage of the interest that is in your car note or your lease payment. You can also write off the tires, the gas you put in the car, your oil changes, or you can decide that maybe it's a higher standard deduction if you write off your car miles. Some of you may drive 8,000, 10,000, 16,000 miles a year. Guess what? You can be reimbursed 55 cents per mile. Let's say you do go on vacation. In MyEcon, we're considered marketing directors. So if you are on vacation and you're passing out brochures and business cards, and you're just meeting people while you're out and about and you're telling them about your business, guess what? You're marketing. So you get to write off that airfare, the baggage fees. You get to write off the hotel fee if you get an Uber, all the meals that you are eating. And also, we're going to show you how you can hire your children into your MyEcon business, and you can write off up to $12,000 per child. And this is powerful. But let me show you what these business deductions can do at the end of the year on your tax returns. So let's say you're a single mom and you got 2 kids. And let's say your gross income is about $50,000. Well, you're going to get the head of a household deduction of $18,000. And let's say you don't have a home or any other write-offs. Well, your adjusted gross income is going to be $32,000. The tax rate at that level is going to be about 12%. So the taxes owed is like $3,800. Now, let's see what it looks like when you have a home-based business and you tie it to your income. Because pay attention, when you are working a job, you're paying the highest tax rates in America. You have to work You're taxed first, and then you can spend your money. But when you have a home-based business, the tables turn. So what happens is you get to work, you get to spend your money, and then you are taxed. So let's look on the right-hand side. You said yes to My Econ, and now you got a home-based business. So let's look at that adjusted gross income of $32,000. Well, see, now you qualify for business deductions, right? So you're going to write off your car mileage. So maybe that equates to $4,000. You write off your cell phone, $1,200. You write off your travel, $1,200. You write off the meals of $1,600. Guess what? You got a net adjusted gross income, $24,000. But guess what? You got 2 children, and they're over the age of 6. And we're going to show you how to put them to work in your business. And guess what? We're going to write off the $24,000 child wages deduction. So that's going to make our adjusted taxable income 0. What's 0 times 12%? 0. And so what we have done, we have showed you the true meaning of what we call income shifting. And that's where we take you from a higher tax bracket to a lower tax bracket. And guess what? Because this single mom taxable income is 0, well, you know, since her income has dropped, she's going to qualify for earned income tax credit. She's going to qualify for some child tax credit. So she not only did she able to keep her money up front, but she's also going to get a refund check. So what I am telling you is that your My Econ business can be your #1 asset, and it can keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. So let me share with you the 2 options that you're going to have available to you if you want the tax advantages of a home-based business. So option #1 is you can adjust your W-4. You can get your money throughout the year up front. So let's say, for example, you adjust your W-4, you're getting an extra $600 a month. That's $7,200 a year. And many of you on this webinar don't even get federal refund checks for $7,200 a year. But I want you to pay attention. Let's say you took that extra money that you got in your paycheck and you invested it. There are index funds that you can invest in right now that may be paying 16% return on investment. Well, guess what? Now, at the end of the year, you have $7,752 in your investment account. That means that you made $552 off of your own money. Now, option #2 is you do not adjust your W-4. You just apply the write-offs on the back end at the end of the year. So what that can do is that can add an extra $1,000 to $5,000 to your federal refund check. But here's the problem with that. You can do it, but what you miss out is the return on investment, because guess what? You're going to get a lump sum one time at the end of the year. So you weren't able to invest that money throughout the year. So guess what? Your money didn't make no money. And so we want to let you know how to use the write-offs, but the choice at the end of the day is yours. Now, we're going to teach you the tax laws directly from the IRS publications. We're going to give you a software called the Cash Flow Manager that is going to allow you to track your income. It's going to track your expenses, and it tracks your mileage. So every time you spend money on cell phone, meals, trips, you're going to log it into your expense register. It acts as the date, the amount, who you paid, what it was for, and the location. You can take a picture of your receipt. It's going to be stored in the cloud. So you don't even have to keep up with your receipts. And again, you can track your mileage. At the end of the year, you're going to be able to run a report. It's going to have all your expenses for the year, and it's going to have your receipts. And this is what's going to make you IRS compliant. This is what it looks like if you decide to adjust your W-4. You pick an option #1. We got Michael Macklin that's able to cash flow an extra $345 a month. We got Marta Cunningham, $412 a month. We got Edwin Rivera out of New York City, cash flowing $560 a month back into his household. We got Kingston and Victoria Bone cash flowing over $668 a month. We got one of my business partners, Randy and his wife out of California. They both adjusted their W-4s, and they were able to bring an extra $1,000 back into their household. So just by applying the first strategy that we teach you in My Econ, you will cash flow an extra $1,200 to $14,000 every single year without selling or recruiting. How powerful is that? This is the only opportunity that you can earn while you learn. But this is what I want to talk about. Many times people get this extra money and they feel like, you know what, I'm just going to upgrade my lifestyle. Well, that's not what we want you to do, because again, this is a financial literacy company, and our number one goal is to make sure that you are debt free. So we're going to give you some education so you'll know how to apply that extra money that comes into your paycheck. So strategy number 3 is all about debt elimination. And so you're going to go through my personal finance workshop. I'm going to have you list out all your debts, and then I'm going to teach you a strategy you can use with your extra money. So just for this example, this is a business partner that's getting an extra $600 a month in their paycheck. And so their car note is $545 a month. So we're going to put that extra $600 on top of that $545. Guess what? They paid off a $17,000 car balance in 15 months instead of 32 months. Now we're going to go to all that credit card debt. He had over $8,000 in debt. He's paying $200 a month in minimum payments. So we're going to take the $545 that he was paying in that car note, because now that car is paid for, plus the $600 that was in his paycheck on top of that $200. So now he's paid off $8,000 in credit card debt in 6 months instead of 6 years. Now we're going to tackle that mortgage. His mortgage payment is $1,200 a month. So we're going to put that $200 he was paying for credit card debt, the $545 that he was paying in the car note, and the $600 that he's getting every month in his paycheck on top of that mortgage. And guess what? He paid off a $200,000 mortgage in 6 years instead of 30 years. How powerful is that? So he paid off $225,000 worth of debt in 8 years and 4 months. But he saved $332,000 in interest payments because he paid his home off faster. This is what it looks like when you're debt free. He owns his paycheck. So that's $2,545 of free money. This is what it looks like when you apply your income shift to your debt. Carmen was able to pay off $9,500 in less than 3 months. $9,500 in debt. Kingston and Victoria Bone was able to pay off a car. Now they own it. We got May Cunningham out of Atlanta, Georgia, paid off $9,300 in consumer loans in less than 10 months. We got Daisy here, actually out of Chicago. Daisy is actually self-employed, so she doesn't even have a W-4, so she couldn't income shift. But she went through the budgeting class, and she was able to see where her money was going, and she took back her power and started directing her money, and she was able to pay off $12,500 in debt in 90 days. We have Pierre out of Chicago that cash flowed over $40,000. She was able to pay off a $18,998 IRS debt. She paid off $3,000 in personal loans and over $9,000 in credit card debt in less than 18 months. We got Christina that paid off $10,000 in student loans. So what we want to do next is I want to show you how once you're debt free, how you can take control and you can build your investment account. Remember how we went through the chart and I asked you to find your age and I asked you, was you on track? This is how you get on track. So this is what it looks like when you pay off your debt and now you got money that you can just invest. $2,500 a month is over $30,000 a year. So that means if you invest your money, you have over $500,000 in 10 years, over $1.2 million in 15 years. So even if you 40 years old and you start from scratch, you still can have $1 million asset that is going to pay you during your retirement, and you can retire early. So strategy number 4 is we're going to teach you how to become an investor. See, what you got to understand is that money has emotions. It has feelings, and money wants to go to work for you, but it has to be told what to do. And so what you have to learn is you got to learn all the different investment vehicles in America that you can actually park your money in so that that money can compound and grow over time. So we're not doing adding and subtracting, we're now multiplying. So in my econ, we're going to give you some investment education. So you're going to know the difference between a CD and a money market account. You're going to know why your money should never be in the bank. You're going to know the difference between a mutual fund, an index fund, an ETF. You're going to know when to have a bond and when not to have a bond. You're going to know about the futures market. You're going to know about the options market. You're going to know about stocks. And in my econ, we're going to teach you how to be a stock owner, because we have been contributing to capitalism, but it's time for us to start participating in capitalism and own businesses, own land, owned stocks in companies. Okay, so if you are shopping at Walmart, you should be owning Walmart stock. If you are buying Jordans, you should own Nike stock. We're going to show you how to own stocks in companies in America. This is what it looks like when you apply the strategy. We have Tanika here that owns Apple. She owns Nike, Amazon, AbbVie, Tesla, Facebook. We have another business partner here, John Anderson, that owns Apple and Ford. He has a Vanguard 500 index fund. He got a T. Rowe Price equity fund. This is me. I have a number of different investments, but some of them here is AMD, AT&T, Abbott Labs, Union Pacific, gives some amazing dividends. Large cap from Vanguard Index Fund. We got Oscar, who is the owner of Fitbit, Grow Pro. He also owns cannabis stock because the marijuana market is the wave of the future right now. We have Andre Muhammad, actually out of Maryland, who is a more advanced trader. As you can see, he has Siri, he has AMD, he got Apple, he got Etsy, and he had made a whole lot of money with Etsy, as well as Sprint and other stock holdings. But Andre Muhammad is also our expert trainer, and he is a stock options trader, and he is going to be offering our team advanced trading education where you can invest in yourself and you can learn how to make an extra $100 to $500 a day trading stock options. And these are real people, real results in our organization. So as you can see, we have someone that was able to profit $147 trading stock options in one day, $311 in one day, $621 in one day. Here at the top, this is a stock option trade where they profited over $1,900 in one day. And I'm telling you, it goes higher. The highest month that I have seen anyone on the team profit is over $20,000 off of one stock options trade. So I want you to think about this. How many people are you hanging around right now that is talking money, that's talking finances, that's talking investing? See, when you partner with our team, your circle is going to change. The conversation is going to change. And I can't think of any other opportunity that gives you all this education, all of this education in one place. Think about the cost of bad credit. Whether or not you be able to get a home, whether or not you can rent an apartment, whether or not you can get the car that you want, even your car insurance payments, your credit card interest rates, whether or not you can get a job or not get a job is based on your credit file. And here's an example of two people buying the same car. The person with good credit, their monthly payment is only $387. But the person with bad credit is paying $212 more a month. The person with good credit is paying about $3,000 in interest, but the person with bad credit, they're paying $15,000 in interest. So that means that the person with bad credit and bought their car twice. And so in my econ, one of the final strategies I want to talk to you tonight is about how to increase your credit score. So in my econ, we're going to give you a step-by-step credit repair education. It is complete with video tutorials. We're going to show you how to pull all three of your credit files from all the three credit bureaus. We're also going to show you how to analyze your credit report. We're going to give you the dispute letters that already have the legal wording in it, created directly from attorneys that you're going to be able to use, and you're going to be able to send them out to collectors and credit bureaus. So we're going to show you how to remove inaccuracies off your credit file, things that cannot be validated. We're going to get removed off your credit file. We're also going to show you how to rebuild your credit with trade lines. You might even need to add your rent payments to your credit score. But we're going to provide you all of this information. And this is why it's powerful. We're going to teach you how to fix your own credit. So you're not going to be one of those people that's paying $80, $100, $150, $200 a month to have somebody else fix your credit. Because one thing is that's putting your personal information in other people's hands. And from an identity theft perspective, that's not something you want to do. But you also want to be able to take back your power because your credit score affects so much in your life. Why would you give it up to somebody else to fix for you? So we're going to teach you how to fix your credit. And just by applying our income shifting strategy to paying off debt, we affect 65% of your credit score, because 65% of your credit score is based on whether or not you pay your bills on time and whether or not you have maxed out your credit lines. So just by paying your debts down fast, you're going to see your credit score jump an extra 50, 150 points in a short period of time. So this is what it looks like when you take your income shift money and pay off your debt. This is my cousin Melinda Tyson out of Memphis, Tennessee. She paid off $5,000 in credit card debt, paid off her car loan, and increased her credit score to a 704 in less than 12 months. We got Greg out of Chicago, paid off $30,000 in consumer debt. It increased his credit score to the 800 club in less than 10 months. We got Lynette Boswell Vargas. She cash flowed $13,000, paid off $9,000 in credit card debt, and it took her from the 596 credit score to the 700 club. We got Gabriel that paid off $8,000 in debt in less than 9 months. His credit score increased from a 597 to a 750. We got Alicia Bodie, who cash flowed $42,000, paid off $12,000 in credit card debt, and increased her credit score from 586 to 756. So what's in it for you? If you are interested in getting your financial house in order, and you can use all the strategies that I just talked about tonight, if you want to learn how to burn your debt up the fastest, if you want budgeting tools so that you know where your money is going, if you want your retirement strategist so that you can analyze your 401k balance so that you'll know how much money you need to be saving every month so you can reach your goals, if you want investment training so you can learn how to invest in stocks, trade stocks, own businesses, own real estate, if you want to be able to income shift and give yourself a pay raise, if you want the tax advantages of having a home-based business, if you want the cash flow manager software so that you can be IRS compliant, if you want the credit repair education so you can get in the 700 club, if you want an e-commerce website so you can generate even more money, if you want unlimited tax advice, discount travel, shopping, and eating, guess what? You can partner with my econ for $34.95. That's $1.16 a day to have an e-commerce website, a tax shelter, and to be able to generate business income. And by joining us tonight, you can adjust your W-4 tomorrow, and you can receive an extra $100 to $600 in your paycheck in the next 10 to 14 days for $34.95. But I'm not going to stop right there, because I know there's some people on this webinar right now who want a whole lot more money. You're actually interested in being a financial coach, and you want to do this presentation just like I'm doing it right now, and you want to be able to build an asset that is going to pay you. Well, guess what? You can fire your boss and you can build a six-figure income. Or maybe your desire is to be a millionaire, but you don't play sports, and you're not an actor, and you're not a politician, and you don't own a corporation. Well, you can get there as a financial coach. As financial coaches, again, we get paid to teach people how to get out of debt and invest. And all you're going to be doing is you're going to be selling income shifting memberships. And you're also going to be attracting other entrepreneur-minded people to be financial coaches. And you can also earn income on all income shifting memberships that they sell as well. So as a financial coach, you got to have a heart of a teacher. And you have to have the desire to want to be a part of something greater than yourself. I know this is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be freeing people from debt. And you have to have the willingness to learn the business, learn the strategies, and be comfortable teaching them. And the easiest way to do that is to apply the strategies to your life first. And once you do that, you're going to be able to motivate people to success. And so if you can find yourself doing webinars like I'm doing right now, workshops, if you want to do meetings or you want to do financial literacy classes, we welcome you to become a financial coach. Now, as a financial coach, you're going to be able to have access to what I call the secret to a six-figure income. And that is the power to build leverage in your business. So I want you to think about traditional business. Let's say you was a real estate broker, a mortgage broker, or let's say you was an insurance broker, okay? Now, in order for you to create leverage in your business, you got to hire other real estate agents, other mortgage agents, more insurance agents. Why? Because guess what? Every time, if you're a real estate broker, every time one of your real estate agents sell a house, they earn a commission on the sale of that house, and you earn a commission on their sale of that house. And the same thing happens when a mortgage is closed. Both the mortgage agent and the mortgage broker get paid. And what happens is you're able to make money off of other people's effort. It's almost like your job. Your job hires you for your time, your education, your experience. Your job have you doing what they don't feel like doing. And what happens is they can leverage you and they can make more money by hiring you than trying to do it themselves. The only problem with your job is they're paying you only what they think you are worth. And I know that you believe that you can make way more money than what they're paying you right now. So what I'm going to show you is how you can also build leverage in your MyEcon business by attracting other financial coaches. Because like I said, when you attract a financial coach, that financial coach is going to go out and they're going to sell income shifting memberships for $34.95. And so they're getting paid off of every membership that they sell, but you're also going to earn a small commission off of every sale that is made. This allows you to work smart and not hard. And this is what it looks like when you start to build your asset. Let's say you have 125 people in your network, and that can consist of customers, financial coaches, customer base is all considered together. So if you had 125 people, you'll be making $455 a month. That doesn't seem like a lot, but guess what? That $455 can go straight into your investment account. Let's say you got 625 people in your organization. That's $4,000 a month. That may not seem like a lot to some people, but for other people, they may be able to fire their boss if they had an extra $4,000 coming in month after month. Let's say your organization grew to over 3,000 people. You'll be making over $28,000 a month. Well, guess what? That makes you a six-figure income earner. So you're going to be making doctor and lawyer money without going to school for 8 to 10 years and not having $100,000 in debt. Now, as your team continue to grow, because you're going to attract more financial coaches, and financial coaches is going to be attracting other financial coaches because they're trying to build their own asset. Guess what? If your network was over 15,000, you'll be making $153,000 a month. That's 1.8 million. So if you ever wanted to know how to be a millionaire, this is how you do it. So we earn $35 referral bonuses for every income shifting membership that we sell. We earn anywhere from $5 to $25 for every membership that is sold within your organization, regardless of who it is. You also can earn $1 to $8 a month in residuals off of every monthly membership. So just think about that for a minute. Let's say you have over 1,000 people in your organization. That's $8,000 a month that you're getting month after month, year after year, even without getting out of bed. And we have no chargebacks. And the reason why I'm at the top of MyEcon is because when I built my asset, I can will my MyEcon commissions to my son. And if anything was to happen to me, he will continue to get my monthly income. There's no other opportunity on earth that you can do that will give you so much potential for $34.95. And this is what it looks like when you sell income shifting memberships. We get paid every Friday. This is $1,900 made in about 14 days. Why is it so easy? Because guess what we sell? We don't sell teas. We don't sell makeup. We don't sell jewelry. We sell money and how the people can keep more of their money. We sell education. That's the easiest thing in the world to sell. $2,400, 30 days. 7,000, 45 days. 36,000, 45 days. 31,000 in 30 days. 4,000 in 15 days. 2,000 in 23 days. 5,000 in 6 weeks. 9,000 in 30 days. 6,000 in 30 days. 33,000 in 45 days. 25,000 in 30 days. Now, these are regular people who are working from the comfort of their home. And we are building businesses across the country. So for those of you who are interested in being a financial coach, there is a one-time payment of $47.86. And after that, again, it's only $1.16 a day to maintain your business. It's going to give you the website. It's going to give you the sole proprietorship status. So you get the tax advantages, and it's giving you the e-commerce website, and you're getting access to 5 streams of income. When you partner with our team. So everybody that's on this webinar is a part of my team. You're going to get access first website, and you're getting access to 5 streams of income. When you partner with campus on every college campus, and we want to get in every church, and we want to share the power of financial literacy, and we again want to break all the strongholds of debt, because guess what, when you are debt free, you free. You don't owe nobody. You own 100% of your paycheck, and you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. You can be debt free. You can fire your boss. You can get out that cubicle. You can work from home. You can work for yourself. You can spend more time with your children. How about being able to send your children to college without them having to get a student loan? How about leaving your child an inheritance with not only insurance, but more money, investment accounts, stocks, land, real estate? What about businesses? Maybe you have a dream business right now, but you don't have the seed money to get started. This is how you do it. So whatever it is that you want to do, right now, all you got to do is make a decision and say yes. And when you say yes, we're going to show you how to own your life. The information I gave you tonight should have been taught in our schools, but it wasn't. And so we are on a mission right now to help as many people as we possibly can. So whoever invited you to this webinar right now, I want you to send them a text message, and I want you to text them 34 if you just want to apply the wealth strategies to your life, get out of debt, fix your credit. Or text 47 if you want to be a financial coach like myself. You don't have a problem talking to people, having little one-on-one meetings. You don't have a problem inviting people to this webinar like we're doing right now. So you don't even have to know how to do a presentation. You just need to be good at inviting people to a webinar. If you're good at copying and pasting on social media and you want to make money off your Facebook page, type 47. We'll get you trained, and we'll show you how to build and brand your business. So I'm going to end this presentation right now. Again, get back to the person who invited you. If you have